squad's going to be focused with a nice strategic plan.
Tip back all the way to the backcourt. Jackson battles Amari Wright for it, and it's Wright coming away with it. Pirates open the game with the opening tip.
Well, Coach Bozzella mentioned that scoring from the three-point line was going to be important, and then taking it straight to the basket. Right, first possession, Faith.
The Cincinnati starters, Hilton, Jackson, Hayes, and Ndiba. And it's Ndiba getting the first look. The turnaround jumper a little short after the Masonius make at the other end. And she's going to try to run the floor. Pass a little bit out ahead of her from Amari Wright. Here's Ariel Jackson, who was quiet last game in the win over Davidson, but had a very good first game of the year. 14 points against Delaware State. And now Reagan Jackson, who's trying to get it going overall this season. Turnaround for Hayes, and that's good.
Well, you already see why when you look at how Seton Hall gets over ball screens, how they execute their offensive spacing and timing, and the skill work. Faith Masonius is so skilled and crafty down low.
Transfer from Maryland, and is now 102 points away from 1,000 in her career. Hilton lines up the three. And rebound to Pinckney. This is where Seton Hall wants to get out and run a little bit, and the jumper is good. Bit of a sluggish start at the offensive end for the Bearcats. Pull up for Jackson, and a lid on the basket for her. Hayes to the offensive glass, and earns a trip to the line. The first player in Bearcats program history with 10 or more double-doubles since the late 90s. She's a couple of blocks away from rising up in the block department as well. And just continues to rise in the record books, and she makes a pair at the line.
Congratulations to Jillian Hayes for climbing yet another record. And Cincinnati right here showing their extended 2-2-1 pressure. They'll extend this press and then back it down into a 2-3 zone.
Anthony Bozzella was not too excited to face that 2-2-1. He said this press changes the game for the Bearcats. Not that time for Lawson, but an extra possession. Eads couldn't put it down. The talented freshman for the Pirates. Two really good freshman guards out there. Chloe Mann is also in for the Bearcats. Poked away by Lawson. Hayes still has it. And the long two goes down.
The way Jillian Hayes plays, she can take any shot because she's so sound and patient with the ball.
Certainly really good around the basket. She's worked on that mid-range game, even out to the three-point line over the last couple of years. Eads lines up the three, and that goes. They are really excited about Jada Eads out of Orlando, Florida.
Well, impact freshman is Eads, and a significant category that Seton Hall needs, which is that three-point shooting.
Missed the first couple of games with an ankle injury. Mann had her shot altered. It was all ball. Here comes Eads, and she'll peel out, now finds the trailer. And it goes down for Catalon from long range.
Well, Catalon with the deflection on defense, forcing the turnover and able to capitalize with the made three.
Pirates came in shooting just 22% from three. Anthony Bozzella said, we're not that bad of a three-point shooting team. He's hoping for 32 to 37% going forward. That's a two-point shot for Ariel Jackson to get back within four.
And again, Seton Hall pushing the tempo immediately down the court quick.
Lawson banks it in. Transfer from Virginia, spent 4 years with the Cavaliers. Skip out to Hayes. And that won't go for Hayes. Rebound to Masonius. Eads will finally slow it down for the Pirates.
One difference you can notice between Seton Hall's transition game and Cincinnati's is that Seton Hall is running clear, distinguished routes, and that's how they're able to get open in transition.
Rims out for Lawson.
On the flip side, Cincinnati looks for a lot of those one-on-one clear-out opportunities, especially with Ariel Jackson and Reagan Jackson.
Here's Reagan, and that rattles in. Her first bucket tonight. Catalon, the dish down low, good catch, but Lopes couldn't bank it in. Everything but the finish for Yaya Lopes.
Well, we talked about Lopes and her mobility around the basket and great hands. And Catalon, another deflection with the steal.
You can see why Seton Hall has such prowess forcing turnovers, more than 24 a game. Best in the Big East, and their guards are really disruptive like you talked about earlier, AB.
And this is going to expose the ball handling woes of Cincinnati. They've got some talented players, a lot of scorers, but the true point guard position really just hangs on the hat of Hilton.
Mann fouled while releasing the shot, and she'll be at the free throw line when we return. Now, Mann was fouled going to the break. It was a three-point attempt, so she gets 3 shots at the line. I mentioned the talented guards, the freshman guards with Mann and Eads both coming in around the same time. Anthony Bozzella raved about Chloe Mann, said we wanted her really bad in a Pirates uniform. So back to Seton Hall. And that Eads rebound, by the way, came against the Big 12's best in rebounding, Ali and Sandiva. No need for a rebound there when you splash it in from 3.
Well, right now, Seton Hall is on point with this game plan, shooting 3 for 5 from the three-point line at 60%.
More than double what Anthony Bozzella was hoping for. Still very early in the game, of course. Hilton got bumped. And we'll go
with the experience that she has, postseason experience, as well as just the knowledge and savvy to handle this.
She wasn't asked to score very much at Texas A&M, and her primary duties are handling the ball. Eads feeling it from long range, but that time too strong.
Not a bad shot for Seton Hall and Eads. When you have this momentum and you're used to playing at this pace, that's a good shot.
About a 10.5-second difference shot in game clock here to wrap up the first quarter. Down low to Hayes. She's immediately doubled. Done. Catch and shoot. Second chance for Hayes, and the Bearcats can hold for the final shot if they wish. Hayes, though, taking it right in for 2.
Tough rebound and an even tougher will to score that bucket by Hayes.
3 seconds left. Lawson fires, and it rims out. Masonius tried to tip it back up, but the Bearcats departed for the American, and they're now in the Big 12. But the Pirates have won a couple of matchups in a row against these Bearcats, playing for the first time in 11 years. Immediately entering the second quarter, and Catalon takes it hard inside. She thought it was an on-the-floor foul, but she'll happily take the free throws. But to your point about the out-of-bounds play, Anthony Bozzella told us they really emphasize getting points, getting them quickly. They're not going to mess around on those entry plays. The ball's out of bounds. They were going to get it and try to get right to the basket.
And all of that plays into the type of pace that you'll see from Seton Hall. And Seton Hall here with the switching of defense now with a 1-3-1 zone that's really forcing Cincinnati to have to think.
Rebound to Messiah Hunter. There's Melius into the game for the first time. She's a sharpshooter transfer from LaSalle. The drive, the scoop, the finish. Amari Wright.
Well, Amari Wright getting on the board for the Pirates, known for her defense.
Defense and passing. One of the best passers in terms of assists per game in the Big East last year. 12 to shoot for Hayes and the Bearcats. Here's Ndiba. Now Mann, baseline drive. And the pull-up is good.
The guard, the perimeter play. Scoring for Cincinnati versus this zone, and Seton Hall pushing it right back.
Entry feed is wide.
Seton Hall keeping this extended, almost 2-3 type of a look.
Delaney Snyder, her first action, and immediately gets on the scorebook with the second chance putback.
When we look at the overall inside game of Cincinnati, not only Jillian Hayes and Allianz Ndiba, but Delaney Snyder, the sophomore, brings a nice presence.
That's good from long range. Amari Wright knocks it in.
spread and more point guard by committee for the Cincinnati.
And Katrina Merriweather likes the way the guards shake out. It allows Jackson and Jackson, the two Jacksons, Reagan and Ariel, to play more off ball with the addition of Hilton. But with Hilton not in there right now, Ariel will take more of the point guard duties. Hayes is always going to be a fixture down low, trying to get it back. She can't. Good hands from Wright to knock it away, and here comes Eads. Eads, a wild pass, but look, Wright is right there. What a play for the three.
But it was acrobatic, tricky.
Catch and shoot, Reagan Jackson, and it rims out. That was absolutely wild. She's falling down, looking the other way, and still put it right on the money. And now a blocking foul called against Mann will send Faith Masonius.
And a freshman.
Yeah. It was unbelievable.
Wright was able to receive that ball in her shooting pocket.
Cincinnati needs a bucket. It's been more than 2 minutes without points. Catch and shoot, Reagan Jackson. That goes for three. That's a bump foul on the outside, called against Mann. Very talented player, we mentioned earlier, AB, in the first two games. But what he's seen through now a game and a half has been awfully impressive.
Well, what Eads brings is a little bit of that confidence and that swagger that Seton Hall needs, particularly outscoring behind the three-point line.
Nice job by Hilton to get through that double team and calm it down for the Bearcats. There's Abby Holtman into the game for the first time for Cincinnati. Down to Byers. And nicely done to shoot it over the defender for Brianna Byers.
Seton Hall being very patient here, working the ball around this pressure.
The pass from Masonius, playing catch with Wright. And she couldn't put it down.
Well, Tanea Hilton, as the point guard, beats 3 of the 4 teammates down the court.
Catch and shoot, Reagan Jackson having a good game tonight. Catalon off the lope screen. It's knocked away. Tried the pick and roll, it didn't work.
This is where Bree Byers is such a force for Cincinnati. She's able to switch any ball screen and pressure any defender guarding 1 through 5. Gets the deflection for Cincinnati, and then on this end, with the post feed and the finish, Bree Byers.
You see the valuable minutes that she can give Cincinnati off the bench. And you see where Cincinnati has a little bit more of an imposing presence inside. They'll just run players at you from those post positions. Masonius, the feed down low. Here's Lopes, who really hasn't gotten going tonight. No numbers for Cincinnati. Reagan Jackson has a 1-on-5. She'll peel out. Now to Byers. She's feeling it. Masonius has the miss.
I like that Byers is feeling it, but that's a good opportunity to know time and score. You can get that mid-range jumper any time in the possession.
And one. Masonius got fouled. And a chance for 3 at the line. As the first half went along, AB, Seton Hall get contributions from others. But 8 points, and now 3 of 3 at the line.
Could carry each possession for Seton Hall, but they know how to move the ball and find the next pass.
Seton Hall lost a lot from last year, including a Big East first-teamer, Azana Baines. Coach Bozzella retooled the roster, got some really good players in, including Masonius. Rattles in for Ariel Jackson. Lawson almost lost her balance, and a wild shot because of it. Shot clock is off, and Mann recognized it. She'll peel out. A made basket gives Cincinnati the lead going into halftime.
Freshman Chloe Mann had all eyes on the rim, but the leadership of her teammates had her pull that out for time and score.
7 seconds to go. It's in the right person's hands. Jackson. That's short. And I think they might add some time here, but she did just miss the 3. Goes inside to Byers. It's an offensive foul. Are they going to put more time on again? They might have to. Seton Hall, not much time here. 0.8. Cincinnati will throw on the press. And more or less just run out the time in the first half. Hayes and Jackson, Reagan Jackson that is, had 8 points apiece for the Bearcats. Underway in the second half, tied at 35. One team will go to 4-0. One team will drop to 3-1.
It's tough when you see both teams playing so well.
Inside Masonius. This is how Seton Hall started the game. But Hayes, really good defense that time, forcing a tough shot.
Jillian Hayes, known for her offensive attack, but defensively, she is sound and solid. She does a good job of walling up and forcing offense into tough shots.
There's Ndiba. She was rather quiet in the first half, and she gets stripped. 3-on-2 for Seton Hall. Trailer is Catalon. She'll catch and shoot. Jackson the rebound.
Omari Wright for Seton Hall with the quick hands, another deflection, and another steal.
Jackson. Hayes to the offensive glass. The reverse goes in. And Cincinnati on the board first to take the 2-point lead in the second half.
The ability to just pirouette, spin through, reverse, whatever it needs.
Catalon again stood up by Hayes in a jump ball.
She shows why she averages almost a double-double.
She's the first player in double figures overall tonight. She'll try to add to it here and go into the line. Hayes is the first Cincinnati player in the women's basketball program history to lead the team in points, rebounds, and steals in 3 consecutive seasons.
It's not uncommon. It's not common for players to be at a school.
Blocked in the face by a howitzer from her teammate Ariel Jackson. Hayes looked at her and said, slow it down a little bit. You're 2 feet away from me. Goes back to the Pirates. Masonius splashes it in from 3. And a timeout quickly called by Anthony Vizella, despite with Cincinnati 10 to shoot for the Bearcats. Hilton turns on the Jets all the way to the cup and going to the line.
Just 2 games ago.
Hasn't been one of the big scoring games for Hilton. The dribbling, the passing, the assists. Makes them both. And we continue to seesaw back and forth here in Fifth Third Arena. Cincinnati back up by 2. Right. Good wraparound pass. Masonius was there waiting for it defensively and with the ball in her hand in terms of a passer. Good design play out of the inbound, and Ndiba couldn't put it home. Hayes back to work, and she's stuffed. And it's off of Hayes, out of bounds.
She was able to get the nice clear block. And how about Wright? Just letting it go out of bounds.
Entry feed, quick turnaround, Masonius. And that's the first lead of the second half for Seton Hall. They had some good defense, but no scoring yet for Lopes. They tried that high-low again. It wasn't there at first. Now they go to Hayes. Outside, Jackson. She's been on fire tonight. Her 3rd make from long range.
Reagan Jackson, she is a player who can score high-volume points or be quiet, and her productivity, her energy never changes. Score a 3, next possession down the court, rotate over, and take the charge.
Another 3-ball for Cincinnati.
To cut down on those turnovers.
That's a big foul, AB, the 4th on Ariel Jackson with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Catalon gets some space. Rebound to Hilton. She just came in for Jackson. Trying to take it coast to coast. And she does.
The Bearcats like it when Tanea Hilton just comes in.
Masonius peels out of it. Now she'll go right back in. Body's all tangled. Kick. Melius. It's short.
Well, with 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, look for Seton Hall to go back to what allowed them to get this lead as they try to inch away. Transition defense and pushing pace.
Man, the pull-up. That goes down for the freshman.
We're seeing the freshmen really shine bright and follow in the lead of these vets.
One of the largest leads for Cincinnati tonight. It's at 8. Seton Hall cannot buy points right now. Masonius. Poked away by Byers. 3-on-2 for Cincinnati. Man got fouled.
Well, we talked about Bree Byers and what she can do and how she can spark the Cincinnati defense.
Goes right back to work, makes the second. 9-point advantage, Cincinnati, less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Feeling for Seton Hall to break this scoring drought. More than 5 minutes now. It would likely go to Masonius. And the focal point offensively this season.
Just getting the ball in the hands of Masonius.
Catalon instead, the drive. You have to wonder if these free throws, just to see something for Seton Hall go down. And again, I shouldn't jinx it.
You're absolutely right. And all players know when you need buckets, you need free throws. Find ways to work the ball, play aggressively, and get to the line.
Ndiba left open on the back end. Seton Hall tried the pressure. It didn't work out.
Well, we've seen Tanea Hilton and Jillian Hayes connect, and now Tanea Hilton, such smart passing to find Alliance Ndiba over the press.
It's out of bounds off of Hilton.
Done her job, the one-woman press for the Bearcats. And now Daly Dunn with her length will pressure right.
Right, throws on the brakes. Here's Pinckney. Crafty layup and wouldn't go down.
Well, Cincinnati extending this lead. What was also close at halftime was rebounding. Seton Hall was +1 on the boards, and now during this third quarter, Cincinnati just took off on rebounding. It is now +9.
Well, the Pirates start with the ball, opening the fourth quarter. They need some buckets. They need them quickly. Wright will try it. For a team that was shooting so well in the first half from 3, had her best game of the year. But a 6-minute scoring drought for Seton Hall. The end of that third quarter. Entry feed, Byers, good catch. Got pushed off the spot by Masonius. Dunn left open.
Daly Dunn, one of the 2 highlight three-point shooters for Cincinnati, the other being obviously Reagan Jackson.
Good find. Masonius left all alone. Wright and Masonius have combined for a couple of good looks tonight. Byers backing her way in, and another one and done for Cincinnati to open up this fourth quarter. Here's Pinckney. Now Lopes. Still no scoring yet for Lopes. That'll change there. Her first bucket tonight for a player that came in averaging 14 points per game, and maybe she'll heat up down the stretch for the Pirates.
Well, Lopes, with only her 3rd shot attempt of the game, has had her hands full defensively, and she has wreaked havoc, as has Masonius.
The defense leading to some offensive chances here. Catalon. For Catalon, one of her best games of the year, new season high.
In the Big East. And with her defense, this is what makes the Seton Hall team so scary, is they've got so many weapons at different areas.
It's back to a 3-point game. A 6-0 run to open up the fourth quarter for Seton Hall. Now reach in.
So they're open to feedback, and they know they'll keep their eye on things.
As long as it's done in the proper way.
Of course, decency and in order.
Quick 2 off the inbound for Hilton.
Well, Tanea Hilton subbed right back in and making that spark also in the game for Cincinnati with 4 fouls. We see Ariel Jackson elevated now in her 2nd season with Seton Hall.
Coach Bozzella was intrigued by Lopes. He was curious how well she would play tonight against a bit of a bigger front court for Cincinnati, and for the most part, the Bearcats have stymied her. Masonius, good up fake. Got Holtman in the air. And the step through leads to 2 at the line.
Just been all over the ball with deflections and poking it. Up until this point, Masonius was 100% from the free throw line.
Goes right back to work, makes the second. 6.5 to go in the fourth. The biggest early season test for both of these teams. Hayes trying to take the baseline here, and on the reverse, lays it in.
Well, with the shot clock running down, Cincinnati did not look like it had any clear offense, and Hayes made something out of nothing.
Wright coughs it up, 3-on-2. Hilton to the cup.
That's what Coach Merriweather likes to see. This is why they had to change out the balls. This pace of this game. Reagan Jackson quickly up the court to Hilton.
Masonius, isolation. Hayes locked her up. Pinckney, long 2. Yes. Good answer from the Pirates.
Well, Pinckney, as a junior, has started every game this year for the Pirates.
Getting some more time this year. Has been mostly a role player the last couple of years, but cracking the starting lineup a bit. Holtman gets the home court bounce. That's a 3 from Abby Holtman. Good spin, Masonius back to work. What a night she's having.
Seton Hall wastes no time getting the ball back to his leading scorer on the season and in the game, Faith Masonius with 21.
And the good defense at the other end to tie up Hayes. Back to Holtman. She's made the last couple that she's attempted.
Abby Holtman, the sophomore, feeling confident now. Coach Merriweather has been very high on her shooting and the work that she's put in over the summer.
Trina Merriweather thought that she was the most improved player from her freshman to sophomore year coming out of the offseason. Catalon keeps it off the couple of screens.
Reagan Jackson, and then now from Abby Holtman.
At the charity stripe tonight, 7 of 7. Half of her points have come from the line.
You see her being aggressive, trying to push in transition, and then off the offensive rebound, trying to attack. But her footwork just not quite there yet.
Lawson takes it away. A good read. And Kaden Lawson, the steal and the score.
With her second bucket of the game, Lawson making up for it, and then now another deflection for Lawson.
Before the basket, an offensive foul. Chloe Mann steps in.
Before the bucket can even go through, she's there to absorb the charge.
Anthony Bozzella told us they would sprinkle in some pressure and throw it on the Bearcats, and right now it is causing fits. Another turnover, the 3rd in a row.
Well, what we saw Chloe Mann do defensively, getting a big block and a big charge. Offensively, knowing the pace. This is where having the ball in the hands of experienced leadership late game will pay off.
Lawson thought about it, taking it inside. Couldn't bank it in. Fires the rebound.
Lawson doing a little bit too much right now for Seton Hall. With Masonius on the court and Catalon, find ways to get the ball into their hands.
Both teams smartly slowing down the half-court sets. 10 to shoot for Mann. Mann, weaving. Too strong. That's off of Hilton. I love the way she worded that because it has to be clear and evident to overturn the call. So for her to say, we don't know, and be honest about that, you have to keep the call on the floor, which was Seton Hall basketball off of Hilton.
And the other thing, which is important, is the timeliness of that decision without staying at the monitor too long, but to keep the momentum and the flow of the game.
A very well officiated game tonight. Seton Hall back within a few after the Catalon 3.
So Savannah Catalon now with 18 points for the Pirates.
And they're going to try to maybe get within one. Lope streaking ahead. A one-point game as Seton Hall's defense has turned up the dial.
Seton Hall active and aggressive. Their hands are up. They've extended this 1-2-2 again.
Nobody can find it. Eads has it. A chance for the lead. But Lopes walks. The pass a little bit behind her, and Seton Hall had a golden opportunity. 1-point game. Cincinnati basketball, a little more than a minute to go. Pirates stick with the pressure. And why not? It's worked out. Lopes another steal. Eads will slow it down now to right. Cincinnati has had no answer for the press. For the lead, Eads. Masonius has the miss. Under a minute to go.
Smart move by Coach Bozzella here, opting not to call a timeout, but to keep the play active on the floor.
Fighting through the screen today, Hilton baffled by that pressure. That ties it up. Amari Wright makes it 65 apiece. Now something to keep in mind here, AB, each team with 3 timeouts left. Crucial down the stretch here, that would advance the basketball. Now 2 of 2 at the line. Seton Hall leads.
On the game for the Bearcats. This possession, Coach Merriweather just wants to secure and get a good shot, and not able on the entry. Another turnover.
And they'll foul right away.
Defensively, it really messes with the mentality and the psyche of the opponent.
Well, playing the foul game has worked. At least for the moment. Wright missed the front end. Seton Hall, by the way, still has 1 foul to give before the bonus. 1 of 2 at the line.
Reagan Jackson is on the court. She can stay space. Reagan Jackson has hit 3 threes on the game. Corey Mann has hit a 3. So getting the ball into Hayes and then spreading.
It is with Hayes. Fights through. Count it. And the foul. A chance for the lead at the free throw line for Jillian Hayes.
This is one of those possessions when you go back and watch the film, it's going to be difficult for it to make sense. Versus the zone, Cincinnati gets the ball to Hayes at the top of the key. And she's able to just do what she does. Take her time and methodically, strategically work the and just show her strength for the and one.
Ariel Jackson just checked out. Daily Dunn is in for Cincinnati. Defense for offense substitution there. Or excuse me, offense for defense. Bearcats by 1.
In addition to 21 points, Faith Masonius also leads Seton Hall in assists on the game.
Wright, the inbounder. And they do go to Masonius. Now back to Wright. Baseline drive. Catalon. And a bump foul by Dunn. Cincinnati over the limit.
Daily Dunn just reaches in and gives her a bump.
Way away from the basket, too. Well, she'll take a seat with Jackson coming back in. Back to a tie game as Catalon makes the first.
Catalon, another perfect night from the free throw line. 9 for 9 with 19 points.
Seton Hall back in front again. And the final timeout used. Lopes, Wright, Catalon, Hunter, and Masonius for Seton Hall. Time ticking down. It's at 15. Cincinnati in no rush. They're going to play to win it. Pirates by 1. The feed to Hayes. Going inside. Hayes misses. Masonius had it. Now a tie-up. The arrow is with Cincinnati. Good job by the officials to step in there and take charge to prevent any extracurriculars. But on the tie-up, it's Cincinnati basketball with 3.5.
A nice feed into Hayes, who was swarmed from the front, back, and side to side by defenders. And no call.
3.5 to play. Hilton taking it in for the win. Hilton, no! The Pirates